What's up, you guys? Well, it's been a long week. I can't remember really where I left off in the last video, but basically, try to keep this video short. But I brought my truck into the yard on Saturday morning for a PM, and I found out that my DM was moving, and I'm getting a new DM, and now I have a new DM, you know, and so far the guy seems like he's pretty on his money, right? He's a DM that came over from the van side of things, and, you know, so he knows what he's doing for the most part, and seems like he's pretty on his game, but, you know, got my truck PM'd over the weekend, and then I just waited till, they were going to send me out on a load on Sunday, but I was like, you know what, just have somebody else take the load, and I'll do my load securement training Monday and Tuesday so I could be a trainer, right? So I did that, and I told them I was going to need another truck, so they hooked me up with a new truck. I'm sure if you can see it behind me, there's another bunk back there, see? So now I'm in a new truck, and I got a 2016 Freightliner, and this one's an automatic. And I wanted an automatic because if I became a trainer, I didn't want to have to teach how to drive stick. It's a lot easier. I'm just here to tell you, I fucking love this truck. I love it. I love the automatic transmission. It's got updated gauges. Optimized idle works better. It's quieter. It's just, they've tweaked a lot of little things about it that just make it just a better truck all around. And it's super awesome, and I really like it a lot. The only thing that sucks about it is it's got the wrong fifth wheel plate on it, and the fifth wheel plate doesn't slide back far enough. So I can't even haul a drop deck, a step deck trailer. So I don't know, we're gonna have to get that figured out. I'm gonna talk to the shop about it because it's not gonna work. It's the kind of fifth wheel plate they put on like a van truck usually, right? So I got through all my trainer shit, and actually when I was on the yard, there was a guy in orientation that saw me and was like, you know, he sent me an email. He's like, hey man, I think I saw you the other day, and I forgot to send him an email back, but I actually bumped into him, and he's like, you know, what are you doing up here? I was like, well, I'm going through my trainer bullshit. And he said, well, I was supposed to go on a trainer truck, but it didn't work out, so can I go on yours? I'm like, I'm down. I have a trainee ready to go. You know, he's a cool guy and all that stuff. So he just hung back and, you know, did some load securement with me, you know, hung out with me while I did all that shit. And, which was like slave work, by the way, you know, freezing my ass off, you know, working my ass off, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's just work, you gotta get it done. But, so, yeah, and then, you know, we had to sit for a day on the yard because all of these fucking rookies coming out of orientation, they were all done, they were putting them all in brand new trucks, and they were all coming out, taking all the trailers, taking all the loads and shit, so we had to sit, and, you know, I think, so the next day, my trainee, he's actually outside talking on the phone right now. I figured I'd get this video in real quick, but, so they found us a load coming into the yard, and my DM said, hey, why don't you go down to the pilot over in Lebanon and T-call this load with this guy so he doesn't have to bring the load through the yard and shit. You just bobtail down there, grab his trailer and the load, and he can bobtail back to the yard. I said, bet, fucking deal. You know, hauled ass out of there. We got to the pilot, and as soon as we got there, you know, pulled up toward he's already dropped the trailer, and he just runs over, gives us the bills, and is like, okay, well, have a good one, see you later. And I'm like, well, hey, wait, I had to chase him, you know, he was about to haul ass out of there, and I was like, hey, I need your fucking tarps, man. He's like, oh yeah, you can have whatever you want. I'm fucking done with flatbedding. Fucking too much sitting. You can't make any money doing this game. I'm like, okay. Like, what the fuck you think? What do you think all the rest of us out here are doing? There's literally hundreds of us driving flatbed. I mean, at least in this country, or in this company alone, you know, we're doing okay. I'm sure there's some people struggling, but what do you think we're all doing out here? You know, but anyways, I didn't say that, but the guy probably wasn't all that smart, because I start going through the paperwork and it's a permit low. And he's like, yeah, it's an overweight, it's got overweight permits and all that shit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I got to look at everything, and it's 60-foot rebar on a 53-foot trailer, so it's got like a 5-6 foot overhang. It's fucking oversized load. Dude didn't have anything flagged, didn't have his oversized load signs on the truck, you know, all that shit. And he was missing a fucking permit. So I'm like, fuck. So I back up to this trailer, and because my fifth wheel doesn't slide back, I got a 2-foot overhang on the front of the trailer, right? So me and the trainee, we had to fucking tie all the chains back, move my ladder. We had to cinch everything down so that this rebar is not grabbing everything off the fucking rack when we turn. We had to flag the truck, flag the fucking load. I had to buy some extra flags, you know, put the signs on the bumpers, the whole fucking 9 yards, you know. And then my beacon on the top of the truck, somebody ripped the fucking wires out. So in the snow, in the dark, you know, we couldn't take the load anywhere anyway, because, you know, Tennessee has a fucking oversized load curfew. You can't fucking even drive at night. So like, alright. Crawled under the truck, found the wires for my work light and my beacon that were ripped out. Rewired everything out in the dark, you know. Fucking trainee, you know, he got a lot of it done. He's a worker. You know, you'll probably see him eventually when I make one of these videos. You'll see him or something like that. He's outside right now. But we got it all done, and, you know, in the morning I sent him a message that said, hey man, I need all new permits for my truck, right? So they got all new permits. You know, they sent me the Tennessee one, and I said, all right, I got Tennessee. And then he asked me if I would run by the pilot across from the yard, pick a guy up that's headed out to St. Louis, which is where we're delivering in the morning, and drop him at a recovery truck so he can take it in. So, and you know, he said, I'll slide you some cash. I said, all right, if you slide me some cash, I'll fucking do it. Ran by the pilot in Nashville, you know, had him fax the rest of my permits, got all my permits for all my states, my Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri. All the info was right the first fucking time, you know, and I like that. If you watch the other video, I had all these fucking problems with the goddamn permits that other time. So got all that shit done, picked up this guy, you know, had the trainee fucking drive us out to, you know, where this guy's fucking truck was. You know, he gets to this truck, he's like, man, I wanted an automatic, but he's, you know, they're having me pick up like 3107, truck 3107 or whatever. I'm like, it's probably a Freightliner. If it's a Freightliner, it's probably a standard, you know. Man, we got him to this like tow yard where the fucking truck was. Man, the headache rack was completely cleaned out. All the equipment was gone. The spare tire was gone. The TV had been ripped out. This guy, and I think he drained all the fucking diesel out too. The tank was completely fucking empty, or almost completely empty. Like, this guy did a fucking number, you know, which, like, they're gonna sue that guy for that shit, you know, unless he was like some lease op and he owned all that shit, they're gonna fucking sue him for it. But I was like, here you go, man, you're on your own. And we hauled ass down to Flying J to park because there's a fucking oversized load curfew, right? Anyways, and so now here we sit, fucking this fucking guy, still talking on the phone. But anyways, yeah, so yeah, I just pulled the fucking trigger and I'm a trainer now. But it's all good. I mean, I'm telling you, this truck is nice. It's got the double bunk. It's got a couple little minor little features, you know. It's got a new reading light in the back and shit. But listen, 25,000 miles on it. It's crisp. It's clean. Everything's in good working order on it. It's a nice truck, you know. I like it a lot. It's got the nicer gauges on it and shit. It's got a nicer radio on it. The speakers are better on it. It's just a nicer truck, you know, which is good. It's really what they should do. If you're gonna be a trainer and gonna have a dump truck truck, I prefer to have an automatic. Which this is the Freightliners are 12-speed automatics. The Internationals are 10. Pulls hard, fucking takes hills like a charm. Fucking the engine brake works. It works like a fucking charm. Super easy to drive. It's actually fun to drive. You know what I'm saying? I like the fuck out of this automatic. I like it more than driving the fucking 10-speed. You know what I mean? It's breezy. You know, just put it in drive and fucking let the truck do all the shifting work for you. It's, you know, it's easy on him. You know, it's easier for people to learn. It's easier for people to learn how to control the truck, focus on traffic, focus on road conditions, work zones, speed limits, turns, pulling off maneuvers, you know, without having to worry about what fucking gear you're in. And you know what? Motherfuckers are going to tell you, like, well, that's just because they want steering wheel holders and not like real truck drivers. Like, being able to shift gears is what makes you a real truck driver? No. Being safe is what makes you, you know, getting your loads delivered on time, managing your time correctly, being a safe driver, being a courteous driver, taking care of your truck, your trailer, your load, and your equipment. That's what makes you a good fucking truck driver. It don't have fucking shit to do with being able to shift fucking gears. There's plenty of guys out here running around on fucking interstates know how to shift gears that fuck everything else up. They're a bunch of retards. They're fucking driving too fast to the goddamn truck stops. They're cutting people off. They're driving too fast in the fucking rain. You know, shifting gears don't have shit with being good at this job, with being a good truck driver. Oh, they just want steering wheel holders, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you know what? I told homeboy this earlier. All those dudes out there who all they do is put the good old days on a pedestal. You know, back in the day, we had an Atlas and a truck stop guy, and we didn't have all this technology, and we had 18 speeds and all this bullshit. It's like, so what, you missed the days when your job was that much fucking harder? Like, what's the point of that? You know? You know what, like, when I used to work construction, if I found a tool that made my job easier to do, got my work done faster, it made me a better commodity to my company because I was more efficient, I used that tool. You know, I used it to the full, you know, its full capabilities. You know? GPS, you know, phone apps, Qualcomm satellite communications, you know, all that shit, you know, all that shit are tools you could use to be more efficient at this job. You know, you don't get paid to fucking float gears. You get paid to deliver freight safely in a timely fucking manner, on a good schedule, efficiently, not burning too much fucking fuel, you know, managing your time. You know, that's what the company wants you to do. They don't give a flying fuck if you shift gears. That's all I'm saying. Hey, shifting, you know, I'm not trying to hate on shifting gears. It's whatever. If you get stuck in a 10-speed, 13-speed, 8-speed, 18-speed, a 28,000 fucking speed, whatever the fuck those old ass trucks are with the 3 sticks you gotta use with both fucking hands, you know? Fucking great, you've got a skill, you know how to use the 3 sticks or the 2 sticks, you know, the 2, you know, however the fuck that shit works. Great, you know how to do it. What the fuck does that have to do with haul? I can haul freight just as well with an automatic. Maybe I don't make it to the hill as fast as you do. I still get my fucking loads delivered. Whatever. You like it, great for you. I'm just saying, fucking, oh, everybody's just a steering wheel holder now. Fucking, there's just a bunch of retards out there fucking driving automatics. Listen, look, whatever. It's just a better fucking way to do the job. Makes the job that much easier to do. You know, you don't have to worry about, you know, catching gears when you know, turning when you got a heavy load and shit. I'm just saying, I don't, whatever. It's fucking retarded to me. I miss the good old days when we didn't even have satellite communications. We didn't even have cell phones. You had to fucking use a goddamn payphone to get your fucking load information. I don't know. When you delivered your load, then you had to use the payphone at the truck stop and write down all your info on a goddamn notepad. Why? Why do you miss that? Why do you miss when your fucking job was that hard? I don't get it. But I'm not gonna rant about it anymore right now. I'm just saying. So I am officially a fucking trainer. Got my first trainee. This is his first day driving. Drove like a fucking champ. Didn't worry about shit. Wasn't nervous at all. He did fucking great. Honestly, I hope all my trainees are like this guy. You know, I'll continue making more videos. I don't know. You know, this guy's cool with it. He actually watched my fucking videos. You know, I bumped into him up at the office, and he said, "Hey, I recognize you." I said, "Oh yeah, from where?" Like, "Yeah, from fucking YouTube. I watched all your videos before I came up here." I was like, "Oh fuck, that's crazy," you know. But in the future, he's cool with this shit. But other trainees, I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. You know, I don't know. I obviously I don't want to mention any names, of course. I don't want to do that. You know, it's not what you should do. You know. But I don't know. As far as future trainees, we'll see how it goes. But I guess thus begins the fucking chronicles of me being a trainer, and I'm gonna have a lot more fucking little stories, I guess. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe some trainees won't be cool with me making these videos. Maybe some will. I don't know. You know, I really prefer to make the videos alone. It's easier for me to kind of say everything. But, I don't know. It's gonna be a new experience. But we'll see how it goes. But it's the beginning of a fucking new chapter. But all I'm saying is I love this fucking truck. I really enjoy the shit out of it, you know? But anyways, that's all I'm going to say for now. So, you know, I'll make another one later and all that good shit. But, peace out.